What up, y'all? I'm back with another review, and I'm here to review the newest studio album from Denzel Curry entitled Ta13oo, stylized as TA13, well, TA13, almost says 00. This is the second project I'm hearing and reviewing from Denzel Curry. He's out of Dade County. Down in South Florida. Is he from? Okay, he's from Carroll City. I wanted to say Miami, but I know he represents, and I know he claims Miami. But yeah, Carroll City, which was where Rick Ross is from. He was featured on his last album, Imperial, which was my favorite project of 2016. Um, and yeah, this is his third album. That was his second. And the first one, his first album, what was it? Like 32. I forget what it was titled. Hold on, I got it right here. 32oo Planet Shrooms. That's the debut album. I should need to go back and hear that, and I need to go back and listen to his mixtape. Wait, what? Oh, so his debut album is Nostalgic 64. That's right, that is the first album, and the mixtape, well, double EP is 32oo Planet Shrooms, where it's just a trippy ass cover. And how many tracks was this? It was an EP where they're saying 7 tracks. Okay, so not a mixtape, a double EP, but yeah, this is his third album. So yeah, 3 albums in what now? So 5 years, and they all seem to be critically acclaimed. Even this one. And coming into this, I was like, okay, I can't wait to hear what this is like. Because 2016, like I said, Imperial was my favorite project. 2017, we got the 13 EP, which was I was like, okay, but it wasn't like it was an EP that I kept going back to like that. I don't even think I think I did review that actually. Um, but yeah, but now we're here with this, and he had something in 2012. I think it was strictly for my Raiders. I think that yeah, okay, yeah, strictly for my Raiders. RVIDXRZ. So he doesn't have a dud out of the like what strictly for my Raiders, Nostalgia 64, 32 Zell, Imperial, and now this, that's 5. If you count 13, I guess no one really talks about 13 like that. They talk about Nostalgic, Zell. Zell. So I guess from Denzel. Okay. They talk about Imperial, and they're talking about this. I don't really hear people talk about strictly for my Raiders actually. So as far as the projects that I'm more familiar with, even though I haven't listened to 2 of them, it seems like he doesn't have a dud out of those 4. So, and here with this, I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't think he has a dud with this either. Let's go ahead and get right into this review. It's 13 tracks, and I'm gonna talk about how I think it compares to Imperial um, towards at the end of the video. Uh, but yeah, let's go ahead and get right into this. Actually, let me pull something up. Actually, get the acts together just so. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna go. You know what? Let's just start the review. I'm not even gonna say how I'm gonna do this. Um, the first track I want to talk about is Vengeance, where I got this Imperial vibe. I actually have more notes on this on the next page, which I'm gonna have to go back and expand on it further, like um, after this and after a few more tracks. But yeah, I got an Imperial vibe here, and it's featuring Zilla Cami and JPEG Freaking Mafia with his project Veteran this year, which seems to be very highly critically acclaimed. So shout out to peace to JPEG. I have to say the outro of this track sets the tone for the intro of the outro track, Black Metal Terrorist, which turns into a banger. But I feel here like Curry's gonna say this is vengeance for the real rappers because um, the track that came before this was a track called Perks, where he said like he's trying to kill everybody's favorite artist, and he's kind of calling out the mumble rappers, and just people that listen to him and think that they're lit, and kind of like just taking shots at niggas who like saying like yeah maybe I should go to jail and talk about how to fuck the game up. Like so it's like niggas who go to jail and come in to rap trying to act hard. It's like he's kind of throwing shots at him, I guess you could say. But yeah, and he talks about freaking how he should get some suburban white kids who fuck with his shit, so he can see more legit or something like that. I was like, oh, all right, um, all right, Zell. I'm not gonna say I feel him, but I get where he's coming from. I see why he's saying that. Um, he talked about how he never rides a wave, he never has rode a wave, and how he's not hating, he's just stating facts. That's pretty much what he's saying. And it's a hard ass outro beat right here. I was like, fuck. Um, and this track came after The Blackest Bloom, which um, talked about like at some points in the track it talked about drugs and the use of them. Not like the way J. Cole did on KOD, um, with that kind of concept. Actually, better than what Cole did. No shade to Cole or anything. Before anybody gets mad, no shade to Cole. Would probably still get mad anyway, the J. Cole fans. And but I'm a J. Cole fan, so I can't really be saying that shit. Well, yeah, fan, not stan. And yeah, so I guess that kind of makes this cohesive and fitting that to have a track like Perks. Before that, he has this track Blackest Balloon, which is like like it's kind of it's kind of like my least favorite track on here. To be honest with you, Blackest Balloon. I mean, it was cool. It's not bad. It's not a bad track on this project. It's just like, yeah, it's not really for me. Track number. Well, actually, hold on. Let me. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and talk about Sirens, which is track number 8, featuring JID, and Billy Eilish. Here, it's just a very grieving, reflective vibe, like the beat and just the subject of the song. Just saying, like, just with the state of the country right now, just being very reflective on it and kind of grieving about it. It just, especially with the music video makes the song much more deeper. Like if you just heard it, that's one thing. But if you saw the music video, you'd be like, yeah, like, don't let me down. Like when the sirens come, and like when shit starts hitting the fan, like don't let me down. Jid had a really, really nice feature here, I have to say. Like I fucked with this. When I first heard it, I didn't see he was featured, so I was like, is that freaking Anderson .Paak? Because the way he was rapping, I was like, is that Paak? Like, but no, it was Jid, it was JID, and with this track, I think it's cool because it's kind of cohesive. How with this track, Clout Cobain follows it, and that seems to be the retaliation after grieving and reflecting on the state of the country. It's like, okay, Clout Cobain is the retaliation to this, like having suicidal thoughts and like how you want me to kill myself, but I'm like, nah, that's not gonna happen. But I am gonna retaliate, like, and it's a freaking banger too. It is like the biggest. It's like the most well received track on here. I think it's the biggest single. I'm pretty sure it's the biggest single. I'm pretty sure. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into the next half. Well, half to the next page. The next track I want to talk about is "Mad I Got It." Here, really, all Denzel is saying, like, niggas just mad that he got it. And then towards the end, he was not. I don't think he was saying it about himself. He was kind of saying it. What he was saying, do things that I don't see violent. Stick a nigga up because I'm mad he got it. I feel like he's not saying that the way he's looking at it, or maybe the way he might have used to look at it, like things. But maybe he's looking at it like that's how niggas who are after me are thinking. Like, do things that I don't see violent, stick a nigga up because I'm mad he got it. Like Denzel is a nigga that they see and they gonna stick him up because they mad he got it. And like the whole time before that, like he was saying like they just mad I got it. So I feel like that's what he was talking about towards the end. I thought that was really dope actually. And the beat got darker toward the end. I fucked with it. Um, but yeah, but before this track, what did we have? We had Switch It Up, which seemed to be like Denzel was rapping about niggas hating on him or switching up on him due to his success, and how he talked about how his boy put a gun on him, and he was kind of being warned like to watch him because he's a hater, and yeah, he thinks that a hit might get put on him, but he's also saying like even if you put the hit out on me, I like guarantee your nigga won't make a cent, like I guarantee. and it's just saying like he can't even see who his brothers are, who his friends are, like, and how niggas only see Denzel Curry, but they don't really know Denzel. Which that is his actual name actually. Um, Denzel Curry. I feel like he has four names. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure like his name is Denzel Curry, which is dope as hell actually. Yes, Denzel Ray Don Curry. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and go. That's four because like they're both capitalized and they're not together. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with he has two middle names. So but yeah, like just saying like niggas don't really know Denzel. They only see Denzel Curry, but they don't really know Denzel like that. I thought that was dope actually. But yeah, the next track I want to talk about is Sumo, which was the first single to promote the project, and it bangs. Um, I thought it was cool. Like I mean, of course, there's a track after this, but I wanted to talk about this anyway because um, it was followed by Super Saiyan, Superman, which was a banger. And I guess it's kind of cohesive because he's following up on Sumo, which was a song where he said that well, it was just a song that was a banger. And he was saying like pockets too big today, Sumo. Now let me come through with this track where I'm talking about just being like being able to turn from Super Saiyan in a flash. And like I said, Super Saiyan gave me Imperial vibes. Um, but yeah, Super Saiyan Superman. Sorry about that. I thought was um, well, to be honest, out of all the tracks on the album, it gave me the most Imperial vibes out of every track on here. The third track though, Cash Maniac featuring, I hope I'm saying this right, Najira. It came before Sumo, and I guess this is cohesive too because like on Sumo he talked about having pockets that were too big at their sumo, and to have that kind of track, which is a banger, come after a track like Cash Maniac where he's saying like just stacking money um, from head to toe, like from the freaking flow up to the freaking top, like I can't even see the flow, like moving up the escalator. I can't see the flow, stacking money for the hater. Free bands cash flow. That was Najira on the hook, and this was a very like the next two tracks I want to talk about, Black Balloons and Taboo. Just very not really necessarily a soul, but funky and smooth beats. I was like, fuck that's pretty it's pretty not different from Cole. I mean from Curry because he kind of did that on 13 with um what was the track called? God dang it, what was the track called? It wasn't called Good Night, I believe. I don't think it was called Good Night. Maybe it was. Um. Oh, they're only showing this. They're only showing the freaking Yeah, they're only showing the freaking. Okay, here it is, re-released edition. Okay. It was called. Oh, it was called Good Night, featuring Nell and 1211. Well, 12 Len. I'm not sure how to pronounce that if I'm being honest with you. Like I don't know. But yeah, re-release edition is where they took Pure Enough off, and I think it was what was it? It took uh they kept Zenith, and they kept what two did they take? Naughty Head's still there, Ultimate's still there, Gook, Sick and Tired, Naughty Head. Um, yeah, they took Me Now. Oh, Narcotics. Yeah, they took Narcotics and freaking Pure Enough and put This Life. I mean Good Night and Me Now, which Narcotics was cool, but it not being there, it's like all right, but having Me Now there instead is actually better if you ask me. But and Good Night is better than Pure Enough if you ask me. But I just fucking love Pure Enough. I was like, damn it, it kind of like if I could get both versions, the re-released and just the original, I'd get them both on CD. I think they are on CD, so I'm going to go back. But enough about Imperial, back to freaking Ta13oo. Um, but yeah, next two tracks I'm going to talk about the second and first track, which would be Black Balloons featuring 12 Lin and Gold Link. And I have to say, just like I said, funky, smooth, and soulful. Just really, really fuck with this. And the first track, Welcome to the Album. That's what he's, well, it's title track, Taboo, but not stylized. It's Ta13oo. Man, this is just Denzel saying like, "Yo, welcome to the album," and he kind of had a dark story over this. Like I said, smooth, funky. Well, not even more so funky, but just smooth and happy but reflective beat. Like Curry was just saying, like this girl that I guess that he's with her, is just or has a crush on, or it's like she was molested at the age of 5, and how her innocence and pride have been gone since then. But she cries on Denzel's shoulder because he's there, and it's just like, man. Now I have to say, some of you may have realized I was reviewing this backwards, and I did that because I was listening to this, um, just the regular track listing 1 through 13. But I also listened to it backwards to see how it would sound backwards, and I do that with a lot of albums, thanks to thanks to Kendrick with Damn. Apparently, supposed to be listened to backwards, which kind of makes Damn more cohesive, and also because of freaking Lupe with Ta13oo on Youth, from 20. It was 2015, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was 2015. Like ever since Ta13oo on Youth, and more so freaking Damn, I just listened to not all of them, but a lot of albums backwards. Not just hip hop, but a lot of them. So you can thank Lupe with Ta13oo on Youth and freaking Kendrick with Damn for why I be reviewing these albums backwards sometimes and finding them more cohesive that way. Um, it kind of made it easier to find the cohesion because it was like I'm going backwards and I'm seeing what preceded this track. And it's like, does that make this album more cohesive, hearing it backwards, or just being able to listen to it from 1 to 13 now? And now that I've heard it backwards, and seeing what precedes the track, somehow makes more sense. Like hearing what precedes it, hearing the track and what precedes it, what precedes that, and so on and so forth. It's like, kind of did. So I'm not gonna say this album sounds better backwards. It sounds better to me, if you play 1 through 13, but playing it backwards did help me start to like it more. I have to say, there were 3 acts. The first one was Light, which I have to say, other than Sumo, was just very funky, soulful, and smooth. Um, Sumo it was the last track on that act, but it kind of set the tone for what the second one would sound like, with Super saying Superman, Switch It Up, Mad I Got It. Even though at that point, with Mad I Got It, well, not even Mad I Got It. The last 2 tracks on Act 2, Gray. Act 1 was called Light. Act 2, Gray, last 2 tracks on there were Sirens and Cloud Cobain, which really set the tone just for the more socially conscious and aware subject matter that was on this album. And on the third act, Dark, you got Blackest Balloon, which I was like, Perks was cool. Vengeance with JPEG Mafia and Zilla Cami, and Black Metal Terrorist. For it to be entitled Dark, it was very it wasn't that dark. Mad I Got It, Sirens, Cloud Cobain, and even Super Saiyan Superman felt a little more darker than Act 3 did. If anything, 3 sounds more like Gray. But the first one, Act 1, Light, definitely should be called Light with those beats. It's something that I just picture just riding through South Florida, hot as hell, but sunny, wind blowing in your face, top down, shit like that. Like, man, but what I have to say about this album is that I think that I'm still going to take Imperial over this, but this is a damn good project. It's a damn good follow-up. I just don't think it's better than Imperial, but not a bad project at all. I do think this is a better album overall, like at least being cohesively than Imperial, because Imperial was more just a short but dope collection of songs. But I fuck with it more than this. So I do think this is a better album. Like it works better as an album, but as far as what I'd rather listen to and what I just think's better overall as just a project or just a collection of songs, definitely Imperial. Um, I feel like I have more notes. No, not really. Now, if I when I first heard this album, it was like a landslide. Act One was my favorite act with Light, but I now I'm like I don't know because like on Act Two, Gray, you have Super Saiyan Superman, you have Mad I Got It, Sirens, Cloud Cobain. Um, so it's like, I mean, I can't really. I'd say my least favorite, at least, is I can at least say that my least favorite is Act Three, Dark, because of Blackest Balloon being probably my least favorite track on here. Um, Perks was damn good though. Vengeance was damn good. Shout out to JPEG Mafia. Zilla Cami too. Um, Black Metal Terrorist. Good outro beat. Just saying like yo, finish him, Zell. Um, put him through hell. Is that how you put it? And just and like I said on Vengeance, it was a good outro beat, which really set the tone for what the intro beat on Black Metal Terrorist would sound like. But then Black Metal Terrorist became like just a fucking banger, and towards the end it was just banging, banging, banging. I'm like, damn, that's how we gonna end this album, huh, Zell? That's how we gonna end it. It's like, okay. So if I had to, I don't know if like you got Black Balloons, Cash Maniac, Taboo. It's like, uh, uh, I don't know if I like Act Two more than I like Act One. Act Two Gray, Act One Light. I'm not sure which one's my favorite. So it's a tie for first, and I guess that means it would be a tie for second too. But yeah, least favorite act is Dark. Least favorite track, Blackest Balloon. Favorite tracks, Vengeance, Cloud Cobain, Sirens, Cash Maniac, Black Balloons, Taboo. Super Saiyan Superman 2. I just really fuck with this album. I remember giving, what did I give Imperial? Like an 8 to an 85? 80 to 85 out of 100 when I was doing that. For this, I'd say it gets a 7.5 to a 7.75 out of 10. If you've heard this album, though, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below and what you think about my review on it. If you haven't heard this album, definitely recommend that you check it out, especially if you're a Curry fan. But if you're a Curry fan, I'm just gonna go ahead and assume you probably heard the album, right? Right? Maybe not. Um, but if you like artists like, I'm not gonna say like if you like the South Florida scene or you're trying to get into the South Florida scene, definitely check this out. Um, as far as older music, if you liked like 3 6 Mafia, Outkast, definitely check Denzel Curry out if you've never heard of him or haven't gotten into him yet, because those are actually like Lord Infamous and Andre 3000 are his two favorite rappers of all time. I remember hearing him say that, which is dope as hell because those are two of my favorites of all time too. And to see one of my favorites right now being inspired by them, those being his favorites, that's dope as hell. So just give this a shot. And I will definitely be giving Nostalgia 64, 32 Zell, and I'm probably not gonna go back to 13. And check out Strictly for My Raiders as well. Yeah, 7.5 to 7.75 out of 10. Like I said, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. What you think about my review on it. Be sure to hit the like button if you like this review. Share the review. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and like the content that you see. Check the description so you can see my social medias and everything. And that's pretty much it. Thank y'all for watching. Long ass review, I know, but thanks for being around if you are still here. And I'll see y'all next time.